Well, hello and assalamualaikum everyone. In this video, we are going to express this fraction into partial fractions. Right, so right now, first you need to identify the type of denominator that we have down here. Okay, so this one is just a linear factor, right? So we see x is power of 1, so it's a linear factor. And then we have over here is x minus 1. X minus 1 is also a linear factor. It's just that now we have x minus 1 power of 2. Okay, so when you see power of 2, power of 3, and so on, this one means that this is a repeated linear factor. Right, so over here it's a repeated linear factor. Okay, so what we will do first is copy back the question. So we have x plus 3 over x times x minus 1 squared, right? And then equal to, so the first fraction that we have will consist of this one as our denominator. Okay, so one linear factor is for one fraction. Okay, so one linear factor, one fraction, and then this one we have a repeated linear factor with power 2, which means that we are going to have two fractions for this one. So the first fraction that we have is just consists of x minus 1 as the denominator, while for the second fraction we will have x minus 1 power 2 as the denominator. Okay, settled. And then for the numerator part, you just put any alphabet that you want. So I put A, B, and also C. Okay, so next step, we are going to equate the denominator. So the denominator that we are trying to reach is this one. This is what we are trying to achieve. Okay, so and then you just need to multiply the numerator with what the denominator does not have. Okay, so over here we have x in our denominator, but this is the denominator that we are going to achieve. So we no longer need x, right? So we just need x minus 1 square right now, because x and x is already here. Okay, so we just need x minus 1 square, which means that a will be multiplied with x minus 1 square. Okay, and then what about b? So for b, okay, we do the same thing. We already have x minus 1 in our denominator. Okay, and then this is the denominator that we are going to achieve. So we already have x minus 1 power 1, which means that we only need another one, x minus 1, this one, and we also need x. Okay, so we will multiply this one with our b. So b will be multiplied with x as well as 1 x minus 1, like this. Okay, and then lastly for c we already have x minus 1 square. Okay, and means that we don't need this x minus 1 square, we just need x only. So c will be multiplied with x. Right, settle? And then your denominator is x times x minus 1 square. Like this. Okay, so now we use comparison. So we compare the numerator with numerator. Right, so we compare this one and this one. So rewrite back your numerator. So we have x plus 3 is equal to x minus 1 square. Okay, settled. Okay, and then we are going to choose some values to help us find the value of a, b, and c. Okay, so the first value that we can use is from this one, x. From x we can get the value of 0, and from x minus 1 we can use the value of 1. Right, but then we have three unknown over here. We have a, b, and also c, so which means that we need to use three values. So we only have two values over here. So for another value you can use any value that you want, right? So you can use value of value of negative 1, or let's say you can also use x is equal to 2, whatever that you want. Okay, so when x is equal to 0, and then we have also x equal to 1, and lastly I'm going to choose x equal to negative 1. Okay, so let's substitute. So the first value, when x is equal to 0, means that this will become 0, this will become 0 as well. So this whole thing is 0, this whole thing is 0. So we have the first on the left hand side over here is 0 plus 3, and then we have a times negative 1 square. Negative 1 square is just 1, so that will make your a equal to 3. Okay, so for the next value for x equal to 1, so when x is equal to 1, this will become 0, so this whole thing is 0 as well. And then this is 0, so this whole thing is 0. So we have 1 plus 3 is equal to C times 1. So our C is equal to 4. Okay, settle. And then for the next value, so we choose to use x equal to -1. So just substitute x equal to -1 and the value of E and C that we have already found before. So we have -1 plus 3 is equal to E. A is 3. And then -1 minus 1 square plus B times -1 times -1 minus 1. Okay, and then plus C is 4 times -1. So simplify, we get 2 on the left hand side. And then -1 times -1 over here, we have -2. -2 square is 4. So 3 times 4, we have 12. And then we have plus 2b minus with 4. Okay, so when simplify, we will have -6 is equal to 2b, then b is equal to -3. Right, that's it. Okay, so now let's just copy back this step over here, the partial fraction that we have. Right, and then you just need to substitute the value of A, B, and C that you have found. So A we have is 3, B we have is -3, which means the middle here is -3, and then C is 4. Right, so this is our final answer. Okay, bye-bye.